Hello, friendly people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and welcome back to another Random Reviews, where we review random things at random times with random guest stars. Today I have with me
Darkside.
and today we are tackling Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Adventure 2 Battle. Now, unlike our other ones, we don't have Grub Killer with us today, sadly. He went the way with Chaos Control, the Bio Lizard, the Space Colony Arc, and all the other things that they removed from SA2, like Rouge and Amy.
Not Amy.
Okay, that's cheating though.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to open this out with saying this is a good movie.
Yes.
Now, I went into this movie pretty blind. I didn't watch any of the trailers. I wanted to do my live reaction on YouTube, and then I hit burnout and I just didn't bother watching them. But I did see Keanu Reeves in was the DLC for Shadow Generations. That's a great game, you should go buy it. And from what I seen in that, I wasn't impressed. He was better in this.
Yeah.
But that means the only line we get of him saying Chaos Control was shit.
Yeah. There is no chaos control in this movie, unfortunately, and I think it's a missed opportunity.
Or the Bio Lizard.
Yeah.
They didn't even mention Maria's illness.
No.
But what happens in this movie? Plot synopsis. Yes. Gerald is free and wants his revenge. 110 in this movie. God damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wants his revenge. He's what jumpstarts the entire plot. Frees Shadow from the military facility he was in. And he gets out and wreaks havoc. He does the run on water thing. I remember when that was a big deal in the last movie, and now it's not.
Yeah.
And the government at Gun asks Team Sonic, who came up with this name. That was the line from the movie where Knuckles asked that.
Yeah.
Who came up with this name?
Yeah.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
Yeah.
They drop down to meet Shadow. Oh, and he pretty much goes, "You jumped out of a gun helicopter. I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
Wait, we don't need to fight you. I'd very much like to fight this guy. Okay, Knuckles would like to fight you.
Yeah.
Now, here's the opportunity where we were both in agreement. He should have used Chaos Control against on the fight versus the three of them. Because he did fight all three and win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have used Chaos Control to do that. Since not once in this entire movie was Chaos Control said.
No. They said that his speed is...
His power is Chaos Power.
Yeah, but they didn't actually... He didn't say chaos control.
Say
Any.
Treat Chaos Energy like the Force and you're basically good for the Sonic franchise.
Although we did see Chaos Spear, but we didn't see Chaos Control. No.
So Gerald and Eggman, both played by Jim Carrey, and the moment where they meet each other, and they're just like, the resemblance is uncanny. Almost like we're the same actor playing two different characters, looks at the camera.
Yeah.
Just like,
fourth wall break.
If anyone can do it, it's
Jim
Ryan
Carrey.
Reynolds. And if anyone else is going to do it, it's Jim Carrey. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is overrated, and I will die on that hill. Oh, they also made Eggman fat.
Finally.
So is Jim Carrey the best part of this movie?
Yeah.
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 Knuckles, in my opinion, was the best part of Sonic 2. Eggman is the best part of...
He took his role back.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Well, it also helps that we get two of them.
Yeah. Double the fun.
Yes. No, they didn't say double the fun. They did other combinations of that where it's just like, I'm evil.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great seeing Jim Carrey play off himself.
Yeah.
It also has my favorite scene in the movie where, spoiler alerts, yeah, we're going into full spoilers in this. Are you even surprised at this point?
No.
Where Eggman and Gerald fight each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe it's Gerald who spanks Ivo.
Yeah. Grandson. Grandpappy, where have you been all my life? Wait, where have you been all my life? In jail. Oh.
Yeah.
They offered me my freedom if I made them the most powerful weapon imaginable. They don't call it the Eclipse... No, they do call it the Eclipse Cannon. They don't call it the Space Colony Arc.
Yeah.
It's the same goddamn thing!
Yeah.
Does not require the Chaos Emerald, just requires Shadow to run around with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. And his chaos power.
Wait a minute. If they asked him to design the ultimate weapon, that they needed Shadow to power, that requires them to actually have let Shadow out.
Yeah.
Which they weren't willing to do.
Yeah.
So this is a big waste of money on Gunn's part. Why the fuck would they even need to build it?
I have no idea.
Anywho, yeah. They fight Shadow, they get their ass kicked. Okay, we have plenty of questions, we need answers. Hers talks to the commander of Gun, who dies after they go to Chao World.
Yeah. Well, Chao Garden.
Oh yeah, Chao Garden.
Yeah.
My apologies, and I'm supposed to be the Sonic fan here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go to a Chao Garden. Are you Detective Pikachu?
No.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He does look like a Pokemon.
Yeah. They all look like Pokemon, to be honest.
To be fair, I still think Knuckles is great in this movie.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the weakest in this movie?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Shadow was.
Wow! He is the Shadow Tard here,
Yeah.
and he says Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog is the weakest part.
Yeah.
Point your hate comments towards this guy, not me. Who am I kidding? I insulted Ryan Reynolds earlier. Of course it's going to be pointed at me.
Yeah, I think he is the weakest part of this movie.
I disagree with you on that.
I
Because here's the difference between you and I when it comes to Shadow.
Yeah.
I like the deep emotional stuff with him. I want to see him smile. I want to see him be happy. I want to see the memories with Maria. I want to see him do connections with other people. You want to see him being a badass.
I like both of those aspects of him. It's just I personally didn't feel like we got enough of the emotional side of him in this.
I think we got perfect amount of emotional Shadow. I think the thing you're lacking is the emotionalist Shadow who's going to kick your fucking ass.
Fair.
Because what is emotional Shadow? He misses Maria.
Yeah.
That is his emotional cry. Hugs. Maria's dead. I feel sad about it. We never get to see Maria's dad, so he might as well be dead. So yeah, he thinks Shadow is the weakest part in this movie. Honestly, I think Stone is the weakest part.
I can see it.
Like, the human characters, other than Jim Carrey, I think are the weakest part of all of these movies. Now, yeah, meet up with Gunn at the Chao Garden, the commander, which they get attacked by Eggman's robots. But who shows up but Rouge? No? Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, legitimately, I saw the person on the motorcycle disengage the drones, and I thought, is that Rouge? I haven't seen Rouge in this movie. Even though SA2 is when she shows up. Is that Rouge? No, it's Stone.
Yeah.
And he says, someone's hijacked our drones. Come with me, help us find the person, and team up. Team up with Eggman. Person who's tried to kill me 2 times. I mean, you're working with Knuckles and he's tried to kill you.
Fair enough.
Fair!
Yeah.
And then we get to see depressed Eggman. Fat.
Yeah.
A thing called man boobs.
Yeah.
There's the PG rating.
Yeah.
Him being depressed, playing the bongos on his stomach, and turns around, see he's the 3 anthropomorphic children. Ah! I'm sorry, I think I'm having a fever dream. You are the person I trust the most in life. I've brought my 3 sworn enemies to me.
Yeah.
And then he figures out, wait a minute, an Eggman impersonator, ironic since it's played by the same actor,
Yeah.
must find. And they do track him down to like an old gun facility where Maria, Shadow, and Gerald were all living at. Not the space colony Ark.
Yeah.
Now, the whole reason that Maria was with her grandfather is that she had a crippling disease.
And he was trying to cure it, but they don't even mention that in this movie.
So I'm assuming he was just her legal guardian. Maybe the parents were dead or something like
Yeah,
that.
and she was just living with him because that's
The only option.
yeah.
But then there's Eggman, which means there had to be an aunt and an uncle, and oh no, I'm going cross-eyed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of unclear
Yeah.
why Maria's important at all. We know she's important because she's Shadow's best friend,
Yeah.
and he is Gerald's granddaughter, and her death basically kickstarts everything.
You know what? After you said that, I think that is what my gripe with this movie was, and why I didn't like it, because I think a very central part of Shadow's story is his connection with Maria, and Maria having kind of this incurable disease, but yet they don't even mention that in this movie, and it just kind of rings hollow for me.
Here's the thing: they don't really mention her incurable disease in the games mostly until Shadow Generations. It's mostly supplemental material that does that. But like a little throwaway line, like when Eggman is talking to Grandpa and he's like quizzing him on stuff that really is irrelevant, into proving that he's Grandpa. But the thing that would have done it for me is just like, hey, name a lung disease in the longest thing in the alphabet. Blah, 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 blah. It also runs in the family. Your cousin had it. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
Like, there are a couple of things in this movie where you added like one scene or one piece of dialogue and it fixes most of my nitpicks.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the movie, Shadow removes his inhibitor rings. And his limiter rings. They get retconned and changed all the time of which one you call them. Either way, they limit his power. And he takes them off at the end. Well, guess what? If you don't know Sonic Adventure 2 or you don't know the supplemental material that says, hey, those limit his power, guess what? Him taking them off means nothing to you. So a little throwaway line when they're just telling about Shadow's backstory, it's just like, he was powerful. We tried to limit his power, shows him putting the rings on. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
Because that sets up later on when he removes them, he's making himself more powerful.
Yeah.
Where was I in the plot synopsis? Eggman meets Eggman.
Yeah.
And they have their little bonding moment by almost killing the main group.
Yeah.
Mini black hole, they escape. Hey, if they reach Tom and them. I love how mostly on this movie, the main trio are on the same page.
Yeah.
They actually feel like a team.
Yeah.
Like, when Knuckles is like the one standing when they're all tied together and Sonic's just like, hey man, can you turn around? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I love how much these guys feel like they belong together. I love the chemistry and the camaraderie between these three.
Yeah.
And that's why when later on in the movie they split up because, spoiler alert, Tom gets injured, or Sonic kind of goes on the revenge path.
Yeah. But
then again, back to where I was in the plot synopsis. Learn Shadow's backstory. He meet up with Tom. They get the card key from the X-Gun Commander because he's dead. But the Eggman's got that when they teamed up, and they realize, okay, there's another one at Gun HQ. How do we get it? Well, that's not the real thing. If I was like in the position there, but I'll let you say your thought first.
No, I was just gonna continue the plot synopsis.
Yeah, I'll finish my thought, and then you can continue. My thing wouldn't be how do I get the key from Gun. My thing would be how do I either keep it safe or get the ones the Eggman hands have or take them down.
Yeah.
Now, to be granted, they have Shadow, who has kicked all three of their asses. So that could be a problem.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Why not just destroy the keys?
True. But although they didn't really know what the keys at that point did because
they knew it powered a super weapon. The Gun Commander told them that.
Yeah, but they didn't know if it was if it was going to be bad or what.
I hear super weapon. I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they've never really had a key long enough to think, why don't I just break it?
Yeah, true.
That and when people try to break stuff in this movie, that usually goes wrong. Knuckles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that they didn't make Knuckles a complete idiot in this movie. He wasn't a waste, because one of my big complaints is that when Shadow usually shows up, Knuckles gets thrown out the window.
He wasn't in this movie. He was
Still
good.
there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, Shadow overshadows him as like the big rival.
Yeah.
But Knuckles actually played his part pretty well. We even get a callback to the Knuckles series. He gave the Master Emerald to the human character, human friend he made in that.
Yeah. Which I believe is... Wade, which is Tom's cop friend. I believe that's...
I think that's wrong, but I haven't watched... We haven't watched these movies since they came out. We watched our reviews of them.
Yeah.
But I think you're wrong about that, but I'm not willing to correct you on it.
Okay.
Anyway. Hey, the Eggman hands go in there. Here. Yeah, I didn't know the suit was gonna work. Herc, as he shoves Grandpa in the way of the lasers.
Yeah.
Here's, oh, you evil, rotten son of a bitch.
That's my boy.
I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hey, Sonic, through the power of teamwork and Tails' sick-ass dunk,
Yeah.
they make it in, and they reach a gravity chamber. That's what it fucking is. It's a gravity chamber.
Yeah. Yeah, with reverse gravity. The red lowers the gravity and makes you stick to the ground, and then green
Makes it float.
Makes you float. Yeah.
Which, kind of irrelevant. All you need to know is that it makes it so it's hard for them to reach the key.
Yeah.
The new gun commander, this one woman that I can't remember of, and I don't care, she needed less scenes in the movie.
Yeah. I will say though, her actress is...
She does a fine job.
Pretty well known.
She does alright, but guess what? I'm not interested in the human characters in a Sonic movie.
Yeah.
So, goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, the main purpose of Gun in SA2's story is to be a pain in the ass. To be fair, they get that right.
Yeah.
She is, in fact, a pain in the ass, and I didn't want to see her. Thankfully, when she gets tricked later on by Tom with holographic technology, that's the last scene we get of her, essentially.
Yeah.
But thanks to this holographic technology, Shadow sees him as the person who kind of, but not really, killed Maria, and almost kills him.
Yeah.
Sonic sees this, and goes,
goes
what did
on a
you
warpath.
do? What I needed to do. Shadow does show some hesitancy, but he quickly steals his resolve. It's just like, it's for Maria, it's for Maria, it's for Maria. Gerald's trying to be down the slave path. He hasn't done me wrong before. Genocide is okay.
Yeah.
So, Sonic is now out for revenge after his father figure, Tom, is nearly dead. Knuckles actually does realize this. Tails and Knuckles do see that this is not the right way. Now earlier on in the movie, Tom's wife pretty much said, well, why don't we just go supersonic and obliterate this whole thing right lickety-split? They go, no, that's not the right choice. We don't need that much power. Or the emerald shouldn't be used that carelessly either. Now, after Tom almost died, Sonic's just like, let me go super, let me kill them.
And then
Knuckles
Tails and Knuckles
are just like, no, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
You want to use this not for the right reason, you want to use it for revenge.
Yeah.
And Knuckles and Sonic look like they're about to fight again. But Knuckles relents.
Yeah. And says, well, look.
He does trust Sonic.
I'll trust you, but I'm just warning you.
This ain't gonna end well for you.
Yeah.
And he is right. Sonic does take the emerald and go super, or after the Eggmans have launched the Space Colony Arc, using Shadow's chaos energy to power it up.
Yep.
And this is when it's revealed to Eggman, who wants to conquer the world, that Gerald wants to destroy it.
Yeah.
and them along with it.
Yeah.
Eggman's not too keen about dying, so this is where his turn happens. What's the point of the super weapon if it can't help me rule the world?
Very true.
That's why Eggman and Sonic usually team up. It's just like, I can't rule the world if it's destroyed.
Yeah.
That and I will die on this hill. Eggman and Stone have an abusive relationship. with Eggman
Yeah.
as the abuser.
Yeah.
That's how it fucking works.
Yeah.
He humps his ass when he has Grandpa, and then dumps Grandpa when he realizes he's a genocidal son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then his like final message: Eggman's not dead. We all know Eggman
No.
survived that.
No. Now, the question would be if Gerald survived it. We don't think he did, but going by movie logic, you know, if you don't see a body...
We saw Maria's body. She is definitely dead.
Yeah.
She is deader than dead.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. He goes super, flies up to the Ark, and is just like, the hell is that?
Yeah.
Eggman looks at the quill he got from Sonic earlier, since it's still one hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to go yellow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's here.
Boom! Hits Shadow through the arc, and this is worse than the Knuckles v Sonic fight in the last movie.
Yeah.
But my main complaint is that
Shadow
actually
punches the Chaos Emeralds out of Sonic.
Yeah, that happens later, but the fact that base Shadow stands a chance against Super Sonic, that also, I don't like that either, since Knuckles actually makes a lot more sense. He has studied the Emeralds his whole life.
Yeah.
Now you could make the argument Shadow does know a lot more about Chaos Energy since he produces it too, and that was the whole research 50 years ago, but not in this one. They were just studying him since he just crashed down on Earth one day.
Something I wanted to add to, I think where they had him take off his inhibitor rings, that seems fine, but I also think
Lacking context though.
yeah, but I also think they should have done it here. I think if they would have done it here, it would have been a lot better, in my opinion.
This is where
able to stand a chance. For him to be able to stand a chance against Super Sonic.
Here's where I disagree with you. I think this fight should have not been a fight. I think it should have been a slaughter. I think Super Sonic should have had the entire upper hand the entire time. A brutal massacre, essentially. Until eventually we get to the point where Super Sonic has him pinned. Now, there is other fight scene that happens where, again, Shadow knocks the super out of Sonic. Bullshit. And they both go super and they have their fight scene. I like the touch that it's SA2 Super Shadow where he's more white-ish.
Yeah.
Ish, like yellowish gold instead of Sonic's straight yellow gold.
Yeah.
I did like that. And they have like a super fight.
Yeah.
Till eventually Shadow touches a nerve and then Sonic punches his ass to the moon.
Yeah.
I think the Super Sonic v Shadow fight should have been an absolute slaughter in Sonic's favor.
Yeah.
And then eventually, Shadow's just like begging for him to kill him.
Yeah.
And that's where Sonic realizes, oh, I've done fucked up. And Sonic realizes, oh, this is where I fucked up. And they have their little heart-to-heart where they're both looking up at the stars, and Shadow like realizes Maria wouldn't have wanted this.
Yeah.
They have their
He
heart-to-heart.
recalls his time with Maria.
Yeah, where they have their little heart-to-heart and Shadow changes sides.
Yeah.
Then they could both go super together.
Yeah.
Now, crap, what was I thinking? I hate the fact that after Sonic has his confrontation with Tails and Knuckles, there's a little part of the movie where they're just gone until they show up again when they're needed. Like, how do they know they're needed? How did they get up there? Here, I know the answer is, well, we gotta do something about that, and we have rings, so let's go.
Yeah.
But it seems like they popped up at just the convenient time.
Yeah.
That's a complaint I have.
Yeah. Or I like to think what happened is they were seeing Sonic and Shadow fight in the distance and they were just kind of keeping back until the needed time.
That's probably not a good sign.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to see that.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. It's up to your interpretation, I guess.
Yeah, they show up when it's necessary.
Yeah.
So while Sonic and Shadow are having their fight and then their heart-to-heart, Eggman and Gerald have their falling out.
Yeah.
Leading to my favorite scene of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Eggman v Eggman.
Yeah.
Where they have like these super cool tech scenes that actually look like Eggman's suit from the games, like Adventure Onward.
Yeah.
And they had their like epic fight. Right, where one scene they grab onto each other's mustaches, just like, oh, mustaches off limits, agreed. On 3, let go. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Yeah.
And at one point there's like cut and we cut back and Gerald is spanking Ivo.
Yeah.
Grandchildren. All the fun, none of the responsibility. Like, I can't remember what the exact line Gerald said, but I remember it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I am not reconsidering destroying the Earth.
Yeah.
Like, their fight scene was hilarious. In my opinion, it's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
So, at one point, Gerald looks like he's about to win, and by throwing Eggman out an airlock. But I'm pretty sure we've learned by these movies that Jim Carrey's Eggman is immortal.
Yeah.
And Tails and Knuckles show up to save him. There's something I do want to say. Any last words? Something. What? Is it I love you?
Well, no, I'm not going to say what I wanted to say.
If you're going to act like that. Alright. Then Tails and Knuckles show up at the perfect time to save him.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Don't like that. And then they kill Gerald. They threw him into the Chaos Tornado powering the Ark. I'm just going to call it that.
Yeah.
So, is he dead?
Probably?
Maybe, most definitely. Because if Gerald comes back up, he's going to be a genocidal monster.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see that other than SA-2. Now, I remember you were not liking this Gerald because you thought it was felt different from the Gate adaptations.
Yeah.
And it took me pointing out that his first appearance, SA-2, he was a genocidal monster.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, the Gerald before Maria died is a jovial, gentle old man who generally wants the best for people. Mm-hmm. But after Maria died, he fucking snapped and is willing to commit genocide.
Yeah.
Okay. So they kill Gerald and they're off to try to save the planet because the Ark is ready to fire. And Gerald unleashed some mechs that Shadow and Sonic fight while in super form.
Yeah.
Where Shadow does use the Chaos Spear, but not Chaos Control.
Yeah.
No Bio Lizard.
No.
There should have been a Bio Lizard fight.
Yeah.
And the whole thing at the end of SA2 is that Sonic and Shadow both use Chaos Control to put the Ark back in place since it was on collision court while it was shoved up the Bio Lizard's ass.
Yeah.
They didn't use Chaos Control in this movie. Again, you could have just done like a one scene where they're fighting the robots, or better yet, Bio Lizard. Instead of the mechs, have it be the Bio Lizard they're fighting. Where Shadow does Chaos Control, Sonic's just like, wait a minute, what the hell was that? Yeah, I'll show. It's Chaos Control, a technique you can use with Chaos Power, which we're using now in the Emeralds. Worlds and all this stuff. You'll be able to use it easily, or I'll show you how to use it, blah, blah, blah. Set up that to where they use it at the end. Yeah. But no, in the end of this, they're just pushing the laser to make sure it doesn't hit the Earth. While Eggman, Tails, and Knuckles are trying to steer the Ark away from the laser, it hits the moon.
Yeah.
Now, I love how Eggman is just like, when he's turning, it's just like, I did it! And then they blow up the moon. What did you two do?
Yeah.
Perfectly in character. But the Ark is still going to blow up.
Yeah.
Now, Sonic did lose control of his super state and plummet to Earth where Tails and Knuckles go to save him. Tails initially goes by himself, but he can't survive, re-entry, but apparently Knuckles can.
Yeah.
Knuckles does save them both. He does that thing where he has like the fiery fist that he did.
Yeah.
That he got in the Knuckles series, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
He says he's heard bad things, I've heard neutral things.
Yeah.
Neutral, if not good things. Now, I remember the scandal about one character who was written to be a pain in the ass to make her written to be not likable, and people sending death threats to her. It's just like, she did her job well. She was made to be unlikable, and she did that. That's called doing a good job.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Anyway. They go to save their friends, And Eggman's still in the arc where he makes his final sacrifice with Shadow. Yeah, final sacrifice my ass. We're going to see him in the next movie.
Yeah.
Where he does a live stream where he reconciles a stone after he told them off earlier.
He doesn't really reconcile with him. He just says,
you know what? I do like you.
I do like you.
Kaboom.
Psych! Kaboom.
Anyway. Shadow does keep his super state, and him and Eggman are talking. It's just like, well, we saved the Earth. But the Ark is still going to blow up, and that's going to mess with the Earth.
Yeah, take off.
Push it out of the way!
Yep, just push it out of the way. Time
Chaos
to get to
control!
work.
Chaos control! Chaos control!
Yeah.
They're probably going to say that he uses it in the next movie he shows up in. Because, by the way, Shadow ain't dead.
Yeah.
He's too popular to die, no matter how many bullets I keep throwing into his face. Anyway. Yeah, Shadow ain't dead. We learned that in an end credits scene.
Mm-hmm.
And Eggman's not going to die since he's Eggman.
Yeah.
So, again, when he removes his bracelets, his inhibitor rings, if you don't have the context of that, it means nothing to you. But yeah, we know Shadow survives at the end credits scene. But who else do we see in end credits scenes? Metal Sonic and Amy. So yeah, technically Amy's in this movie.
Yeah, and Sonic CD, I guess, is next.
Weird.
Yeah.
Also, why does Metal Sonic have a Mega Buster? Why is there so many Metal Sonics? Are we gonna get to see Neo Metal Sonic?
Or what about Mega Overlord?
Metal.
Well, yeah, Metal Overlord.
What about Metal Madness?
True.
What about all the different other combinations of Metal Sonic
Yeah.
next and alternate forms he has?
Yeah.
The one I want to see is Neo mostly. We've never actually fought Neo Metal Sonic in the games. I mean, you can say we fought him as a disguised Eggman and Heroes, but that is besides the point. Sonic 3. So what did we think of Sonic 3?
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I mean,
It's good. It has some flaws, but my personal opinion was not good. It was not as good as the second one.
I feel like, yes, while this movie is worse than the second one, I feel like a couple of tweaks, a couple of scene changes could have done it for me, especially since most of my problems are things they've changed from SA2. Chaos Control, Bio Lizard, Gerald being alive, which, 2 Eggmans, so can't really complain about that.
Yeah.
So that's not really a downside. The reason I think this movie, he didn't impress us as much as 2 is because after we watched 1, we hated 1.
Yeah.
So when we went into 2, we were expecting it to be shit. And we're really only recording it for the YouTube channel.
And it was really, really good.
It actually turned out well.
Mm-hmm.
It raised the bar. And now Sonic 3, which is good if not the standard, heard after walking away from Sonic 2, it's just like, yeah, that's what we expect now.
Yeah.
With our expectations being so low for 2, and getting an actual good movie, we were actually more impressed with that. Then coming from 2 to this, it's just like we expect a good, competent movie. And we got that.
Yeah. It feels like they played it a little safe with this one.
Again, a little bit, some
Yeah.
tweaks could have done it for me.
Yeah.
I have to wonder if they're going to play up the black arms in a future one, since they do reference Shadow being from an alien.
Yeah.
Coming from space, it's just like, that's where the black arms are from.
Yeah.
So they could go with that.
Yeah.
But, again, my main complaints are mostly nitpicks, and you could really fix them by changing a couple of scenes, like a handful of them. Again, we're changing the final fight. Hey, for one, we're not having the Super Shadow versus Super Sonic thing.
No.
2, we're not using all these worthless gun mechs, we're using the damn Bio Lizard.
Yeah.
And like a scene where it mentions these rings on him do limit his power. So it actually makes sense when he takes them off, that's what's happening. He's making himself more powerful for the situation at hand.
Yeah.
And again, Chaos Control. Use it!
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say before we end this?
No.
I think I do. I think this is more of a... the difference between this and 2 is that I feel like 2's lows were a lot lower than this movie's.
And
But 2's
its
highs...
were a lot higher than this movie.
Yeah, this one was more consistent.
Yeah.
But I think 2 reached higher highs. Like, the fight between Sonic and Knuckles in 2 was a lot better than the fight between Sonic and Shadow in this.
Definitely.
Again, in my rewrite of this movie, that's not a fight, that's a slaughter.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that base Shadow should be able to compete with Super Sonic. With his inhibitor rings on, most definitely not.
Yeah.
Off, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Again, had to have it be a slaughter, then realize, oh, I'm doing it bad. Now, if I'm willing to point this out, the actor who played Maria
Yeah.
did a good enough job. I mean, they don't really bring up the crippling disease, but I do like the idea. Their sibling dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, I always loved playing with the older brother, her shadow.
Yeah.
Like, the whole scene where she's roller skating him while tied to Shadow, I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, it does lose some of its charm, harmed by the fact that from Sonic X Shadow Generations, we learned that she helped make the skates that he used, but I like the relationship that they had.
Yeah.
Like, that is the core of Shadow's character.
Yeah.
Him and Maria's relationship.
Yeah.
So that is the part they needed to nail.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, they did a good enough job.
I agree.
Now, again, you probably wanted more badass Shadow, while I want more sentimental Shadow.
Yeah.
Now, could there be more badass Shadow? Knuckles got his own spinoff show. Why not Shadow?
Yeah, exactly. And if they do a spin-off show for Shadow, there are one or two things I would like. Well, and they're both songs. I want I Am All With Me and All Hail Shadow.
The soundtrack in this movie was great.
That is the only two things I ask. And we did get Live and Learn in this movie, which was good. We only got it for just a little bit, but
It was enough.
Yeah, it was enough, but we probably won't ever hear it again.
That's current drama stuff.
Yeah, it's current drama. We don't need to get into that. But yeah.
And Sean Shambles Black Doom, because he auditioned for the role of Shadow Generations and they didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. That's like Mark Hamill auditioning for the Joker. You don't need any more castings. You just go, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sonic 3. A good movie. A real good movie. From what I hear, it's better than Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
And Mufasa.
Yeah.
It's just like that one meme from the Star Wars movies. Where it's just like, I don't need the Resistance to win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose. That's what it is with this. I don't need Sonic the Hedgehog to win. I just need Disney to lose.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, that keeps happening.
Yeah.
And for good reason. Other than the first movie, which is just hop, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Were we too harsh in our review? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it wasn't good. But these movies have been consistent in quality ever since.
Yeah.
There are things that I would change. At least in this one. 2, I'm not sure if I would change anything.
No.
Well, yeah. How the whole sister-in-law. We don't even get to see her in this movie.
No, we do.
No, we do, but it's not technically her.
Yeah.
Hologram shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As the movies kept going on, they kept cutting more of the human stuff, because guess what? That's the shit we don't want to see.
Yeah.
But Sonic 3, Adventure 2 Battle, was a good movie. And Knuckles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're actually going to watch the Knuckles series, or if we'll review it. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
But as of right now, it goes Sonic 3, that's Sonic 3.
Sonic
Sonic 2,
2,
Sonic 3,
Sonic
Sonic
1.
1.
Yeah.
These are good movies. This is a good movie. I do recommend it. I was a little scared when I played the DLC that Shadow Generations got of this, and Keanu Reeves sounded so fucking terrible in that.
Yeah.
But in this, he actually did a good job. He gave a shit.
Yeah.
Revenge squawk.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines of the movie. The thing about Sonic the Hedgehog is that, yeah, it can be serious and intense, but you gotta remember, this is about an anthropomorphic blue hedgehog who loves chili dogs and runs really, really fast.
Yeah.
Eat the goddamn ham every once in a while.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts, Gavins? Hope for Sonic CD4 or Episode 3, Part 2, Epilogue 1, or look forward to the last, or past mistakes they can make up for, anything you want to say.
I'm hoping for silver, and for the next end credits scene.
What about Hayden Christensen?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mainly because I want it.
Yeah.
Only because I want it. I don't think they're going to do silver for a long while.
No, I don't think they are.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Watch it over Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
I think that's all we needed to say. Probably said more than we've needed to.
Yeah.
Anyway. I am Hyper Super... you can tell it's been a while since I've done the outro.
Yeah.
I'm Hyper Super Sora. This is...
Dark Side.
And, bye?
Sonic 3? Was it good? Bye.
Sayonara.